Welcome to Farming Aid.
Hidden in the rolling hills of rural Vermont, a nearly forgotten American treasure was quietly fighting for survival. The rare Randall cattle are not just another heritage breed. They are one of the last living links to early New England farm livestock, preserved for generations in isolation while modern agriculture rushed toward industrial efficiency. At a time when most farms were replacing traditional cattle with high-output dairy and beef breeds, this small, hardy herd remained untouched, carrying genetics that date back more than a century. In this video, we explore the powerful comeback story of Randall Cattle and why saving America's heritage livestock matters now more than ever. If you care about heritage cattle breeds, sustainable farming, grass-fed beef, and preserving rare American livestock, this story will open your eyes. Let's dive into how one nearly extinct breed is helping protect the genetic future of American agriculture. The story of Randall Cattle begins with a single farm family and a long tradition of practical farming. In the early 20th century, a Vermont farmer named Samuel Randall maintained a small herd of cattle that reflected the old New England landrace types. These animals were not bred for extreme milk output or maximum feedlot weight gain. They were bred for survival, for calving unassisted, for thriving on rough pasture, and for producing both milk and beef on modest inputs. Over time, as industrial agriculture reshaped breeding goals across the country, these kinds of cattle were replaced by specialized dairy breeds and fast-growing beef animals. What made the Randall herd different was that it remained isolated. While most American farms shifted toward Holsteins for milk or Angus for beef, the Randall cattle stayed on the Randall farm. For decades, the herd was maintained with little outside influence. There was no systematic crossbreeding to chase market trends. There was no rush to adopt the latest genetics. That isolation turned out to be the breed's greatest strength. When conservationists finally discovered the herd in the 1980s, they realized they were looking at one of the last surviving examples of the old American triple-purpose cattle that once populated the Northeast. The Randall cattle are visually distinctive. Their coloration often includes bold patterns of black, white, and sometimes red, with striking facial markings that make each animal look unique. They are moderate in size, smaller than many modern beef breeds, yet sturdy and well-balanced. Their horns curve gracefully, a reminder of a time before dehorning became routine in commercial systems. But what truly sets them apart is not their appearance. It is their functionality. These cattle are exceptionally hardy. They thrive on grass-based systems, perform well in harsh winters, and maintain body condition without the heavy grain supplementation common in industrial operations. In a time when input costs are rising and environmental concerns are reshaping agriculture, traits like these are no longer quaint relics of the past. They are practical advantages. Randall cattle convert forage efficiently, making them well-suited to regenerative grazing systems that aim to build soil health and reduce reliance on purchased feed. Their milk, while not produced in the massive volumes of modern dairy breeds, is rich and flavorful. Historically, families relied on animals like these for both milk and meat. A Randall cow could supply a household with cream, butter, and cheese, and her calves could grow into dependable beef animals. This dual capability made small farms more resilient. They did not need separate herds for different purposes. One adaptable breed could handle it all. By the time conservationists took interest, however, the situation was critical. The original Randall herd had dwindled to a handful of animals. Without immediate action, inbreeding and simple attrition could have erased the breed entirely. Organizations dedicated to preserving rare livestock recognized the urgency. They worked with the remaining animals to establish a breeding program aimed at expanding the population while maintaining genetic integrity. The challenge with saving a rare breed like Randall cattle is not only increasing numbers. It is doing so responsibly. With such a small gene pool, careful record keeping and strategic breeding decisions are essential to avoid narrowing diversity further. Each calf born into the conservation program represents both hope and responsibility. Breeders must think long-term, considering not just immediate growth but the health of the population decades into the future. Saving Randall cattle also required changing perceptions. In a market dominated by well-known names, convincing farmers to invest in a rare heritage breed is not easy. Commercial producers often prioritize rapid weight gain and standardized carcass traits. Heritage breeds like Randall cattle may grow more slowly, but they offer different advantages. They fit well into niche markets that value grass-finished beef, animal welfare, and sustainable practices. For small and mid-sized farms looking to differentiate themselves, the Randall breed provides a compelling story along with practical benefits. The broader significance of preserving Randall cattle goes beyond one breed. Genetic diversity in livestock is a form of insurance. Modern agriculture relies heavily on a narrow range of highly selected breeds. While these animals are productive under controlled conditions, they can be vulnerable to disease outbreaks, climate stress, or shifts in consumer demand. Heritage breeds carry genes that may prove invaluable in the future. Traits such as disease resistance, fertility under low input conditions, and tolerance to cold climates are not easily engineered once lost. In many ways, Randall cattle represent a bridge between past and future. They embody the qualities that sustained American farms before industrial consolidation, yet they align surprisingly well with emerging trends in agriculture. As consumers show growing interest in local food systems and regenerative grazing, the practical strengths of these cattle become increasingly relevant. Their ability to thrive on pasture aligns with efforts to reduce carbon footprints and restore degraded soils. Farmers who work with Randall cattle often speak of their temperament. These animals are known for being calm and manageable, an important trait for small farms where cattle may be handled more frequently and with less specialized equipment. Good temperament reduces stress for both animals and handlers, contributing to overall herd health. In a world where efficiency often overshadows animal behavior, this quieter quality can make a significant difference in daily farm life. The conservation of Randall cattle is also a cultural endeavor. Livestock breeds are part of regional identity. Just as heirloom crops tell stories of place and tradition, heritage cattle reflect the farming systems and values of earlier generations. Losing such a breed is not only a biological loss but a cultural one. By maintaining Randall cattle, breeders preserve a living connection to American agricultural history. Education plays a key role in the breed's survival. Agricultural students, new farmers, and consumers need to understand why rare breeds matter. Without awareness, conservation efforts struggle to gain support. Field days, farm tours, and outreach programs introduce people to Randall cattle in person. Seeing these animals on pasture, observing their hardiness and distinctive markings, makes the concept of preservation tangible. There is also an economic argument. Diversified farms that integrate heritage breeds often tap into premium markets. Breed-driven marketing resonates with consumers who want to know where their food comes from. Randall cattle, with their authentic American roots, provide a narrative that industrial breeds cannot replicate. This does not mean they will replace mainstream cattle, but they can carve out sustainable niches. Climate uncertainty adds another layer of urgency. As weather patterns become more unpredictable, breeds that can handle variability become increasingly valuable. Randall cattle developed in a region known for cold winters and rugged terrain. Their resilience is not theoretical. It was forged through decades of natural selection in challenging conditions. That kind of adaptability may prove essential as farmers face new environmental pressures. The process of rebuilding the Randall population has been gradual but steady. From a critically low starting point, dedicated breeders have expanded numbers to a more stable level. Still, the breed remains rare. Each new farm that adopts Randall cattle contributes to a decentralized network of stewards. This distributed approach reduces risk. If one herd faces setbacks, others can continue the work. Young farmers, in particular, have shown interest in heritage livestock. Many are drawn to agriculture not just as a business but as a calling. They seek systems that balance productivity with stewardship. Randall cattle fit into that vision. Their moderate size makes them suitable for smaller acreages. Their grazing ability supports soil-building practices. Their history offers a sense of continuity in a rapidly changing world. It is important to recognize that saving a breed is not a one-time achievement. Conservation requires ongoing commitment. Markets shift. Farm ownership changes. Economic pressures mount. The survival of Randall cattle depends on sustained demand and thoughtful breeding. It requires collaboration among breeders, researchers, and consumers. At a deeper level, the story of Randall cattle challenges assumptions about progress. Industrial agriculture often equates advancement with scale and specialization. Yet the near loss of this breed reveals the hidden costs of narrowing genetic resources. Efficiency gained in the short term can lead to vulnerability in the long term. By valuing diversity, farmers create systems that are more resilient and adaptable. The Randall cattle stand today as a testament to what can be saved when people act before it is too late. From a single isolated herd to a recognized heritage breed with growing numbers, their journey underscores the power of intentional conservation. They are not relics preserved in a museum. They are working animals, grazing fields, raising calves, producing milk and beef just as their ancestors did. As we have seen, the story of the rare Randall cattle is not just about saving one small herd in Vermont. It is about protecting a piece of American agricultural history that almost disappeared forever. These cattle survived because a few people recognized their value before it was too late. Today, they stand as proof that heritage livestock still have a meaningful place in modern farming. In a world focused on speed, scale, and maximum output, Randall cattle remind us that resilience, fertility, grass efficiency, and genetic diversity matter just as much. They represent the kind of livestock that built early American farms, animals that could handle tough winters, thrive on pasture, and support families with both milk and beef. Preserving them is not about nostalgia. It is about safeguarding options for the future of sustainable agriculture. The survival of Randall cattle shows what is possible when farmers, conservationists, and consumers work together. Every heritage breed saved strengthens our food system and protects valuable genetics that could one day be essential. If we lose breeds like this, we lose more than animals. We lose adaptability, history, and opportunity. If you believe in protecting rare livestock, supporting sustainable farming, and keeping America's agricultural heritage alive, this is the moment to stay informed and get involved. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. Would you consider raising a heritage breed like Randall cattle on your farm? Let's continue the conversation and keep these incredible animals thriving for generations to come.